Hello friends, welcome to Doubt Forum. This question is based on the electrostatic energy stored in the capacitor, and the question is a capacitor is charged by a battery. The battery is removed and another identical uncharged capacitor. So we have to mark this word uncharged capacitor is connected in parallel. The total electrostatic energy of the resulting system is. So initially there is a capacitor. Let's take this as a capacitor. And this capacitor is connected across a battery. Let's take this one as the positive plate of the battery and this one is the negative, and this is connected something like this. And we all know that due to this positive plate, the negative charge of the capacitor plate will attracted towards the positive plate of the battery. So whatever the negative charge is here in this battery, look what happens initially whenever there is a conductor, there is an equal amount of positive and negative charge. So we can say that this material is electrically neutral, because the total amount of positive charge is equal to the total amount of negative charge. So same thing is with this each plate of capacitor. Initially the amount of charge in this capacitor is 0, or we can say the net charge in this plate is 0, because the number of positive particle is equal to the number of negative particle. But once we apply or we connect a battery across this capacitor, due to this positive polarity of this plate of the battery, the negative charges which is inside this plate will get attracted towards this. So the net charge which we can say that induced net charge would be positive in nature, because what happens, the negative charge will attracted towards this battery, so the remaining charge on this side of the capacitor plate would be positive. Similarly, in this side of the plate, what happens, all the positive charge will get attracted towards this negative polarity of the battery. So the charge which will left with this plate would be negative charge. So this way we can say that once we connect a battery like this, a positive charge will appear in this plate of the capacitor, and similarly a negative charge will appear on the another plate of the capacitor. So as we can see that with this appearance of charge, we can say that the battery is doing some work. Whenever we connect a battery, so battery will do some work to create a charge in this manner. So that work done by the battery, or we can say the battery as the external agent. So this work done is stored inside the capacitor as the potential energy, and we call it as the electrostatic potential energy. So in this question, what is happening? Initially the capacitor is connected across this battery. So when we connect a capacitor across the battery, a certain amount of charge, let's say the Q charge, will appear across the capacitor plate, or we can say that this is the charge stored inside the capacitor. Once the charge is stored, what we have done, we have removed this capacitor, and what we have done next, that we have connected this capacitor, let me use the same color, we have connected this capacitor across an identical capacitor, but the new capacitor is uncharged. It means initially the charge stored in this new capacitor is 0, otherwise it is identical. It means the capacitance is same. If the capacitance of this capacitor is C, or let's say C, so the capacitance of the new capacitor which we have connected is also C. But the charge is 0 because it is mentioned that the identical capacitor is uncharged. So this is the scenario, and now we are asked to find the electrostatic energy of this system. Let's say the electrostatic energy stored in this system is E2, and we have to compare E2 with E1 if E1 is the electrostatic energy of this capacitor alone. So the electrostatic energy is stored in a capacitor is given by, if E is representing the electrostatic energy, it is given by half C into V square. This is the basic formula. But what we have to do whenever such problem occurs, that we are connecting a capacitor across a battery, then we are removing that capacitor from that position, and we are connecting this capacitor to some other capacitor, or sometime we can say a group of capacitor, or sometime we can connect the same capacitor across the inductor. When such thing is happening, what we will do, we always try to use formula where the charge is mentioned. Why I am saying this? Because from the law of conservation of charge, we have known that the charge can neither be created nor be destroyed. So if Q amount of charge is stored in this capacitor due to the application of potential by this battery, the charge will going to remain Q. If we connect the same capacitor in this new system, the total charge which is stored inside this system would remain Q. It is not going to change. So certain part of Q will be stored inside this capacitor, and certain charge will get stored inside the new capacitor which we have just connected. But overall, if we say the overall of charge stored in this system will be same as it was in this, because this is the only charge which we have got. So the charge stored in this system would be Q, and the charge stored in this capacitor alone is Q. So what we will do, we will replace V. What we can do, we know that a simple formula of capacitance, Q is C times V, or from here we can see voltage is Q upon C. So we will replace V by Q upon C. So the formula for electrostatic energy is half C into, in place of V what I can write Q upon C whole square. So this formula for electrostatic energy, E would be half Q square upon C. Now we have to find out the E1 and E2, then we will compare it. So electrostatic energy is stored in this capacitor alone, and we are naming it as E1. So E1 would be half into Q. Q is the charge stored in this capacitor, and the charge stored is Q. So Q square divided by C. C is the capacitance of this capacitor, because this is the only capacitor connected. So we will write C alone. So this is the value of E1. Now we have to find the value of E2 as well. So what we will do, we will write E2, and we have to use the same formula, that is half times Q, that is the charge stored in the in the capacitor, or here in this case we can say that in this assembly the charge is going to Q, it is not going to change. Here the Q square divided by, in place of C what we have to write, we have to write the equivalent capacitance of this capacitor assembly. And we know that there are two capacitors which are connected in parallel, and each are having the magnitude of C. So the equivalent of this, C equivalent, would be C1 plus C2, C1 plus C2, and C1 and C2 are same, so this will be 2 times of C. So we can write in place of C as 2C. So from here E2 would become, E2 will be half Q square times 2C. And we know that half Q square by C is E1. So in place of this I can write as E1. So from here what I can derive, that E2 is equal to half times E1, because this term is nothing but E1. So the conclusion which we have derived from this equation is that the electrostatic energy stored in this new system would be half as it was in this capacitor alone. So our answer would be that the electrostatic energy of the resulting system would decrease by a factor of 2. So this is our answer. So thank you for watching. If you have any doubt, please let me know in the comment section. I will definitely try to figure that out. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.